Ladies and gentlemen, this is cinema. Absolute cinema. Chelsea 3, West Ham 2. And we're going to get into it. But first, we got to talk about the end of that game because holy smokes, West Ham lost their head. I don't know what happened. I mean, I know what happened, and we're gonna get into the developments of the game. But the end of that match turned into a UFC match. All of a sudden, we got Traore, who no one wants a part of Traore. Let's be real. Joao Pedro went and squared up to him and realized very quickly was his push moved him absolutely nowhere. He said, "Wait, hold up, buddy." He started backing up. He said, let me wait for a couple more guys to get into frame. I'm not squaring up with this guy 1v1. Joao Pedro's a little kind of slight frame, he not really trying to get into it with Traore. Cucurella got absolutely ragdolled by him. I mean, we'll get into it, but Liam Rosenior, I give my hands up to you, man. Back-to-back games, the Napoli game, this game, we're showing something we haven't showed in a little while, and that's fight. Even being down, the match is not over, and this is the Chelsea I want to support. Let's show some fight. Like, subscribe, all that good algorithm stuff would be much appreciated as always. Let's get into it. Now, this first half, oh, buddy, it was not looking good. And some of that does come down to the lineup. Unfortunately, Esteval had some family situation, so he's back in Brazil. We're starting Gittins on the right, Garnacho on the left. I'm not too mad at Gittins. I want to see more of Gittins, but I mean, obviously, it would be preferred if he played on his preferred side. But now we're sacrificing Gittins to start Garnacho out there, who was absolutely dreadful. This has got to be one of his worst performances of the season. Not only is he taking that spot from Gittins on the left, which is unfortunate, and then Gittins went down with an injury anyway, so we ended up with the mystical pairing of Garnacho and Neto. You know how I feel about that, but Garnacho was just misplacing passes, killing attacks. The defensive work rate was trash. I mean, he was trying to get back there at times, but even when he was getting cooked. I mean, he was getting cooked by wan-bissaka, who he couldn't cook on the other side. I guess wan-bissaka had too many reps against him in United training. He knows every, of the two moves that Garnacho has. But man, sometimes even the work rate getting back cost us the second goal. I mean, it was a night to forget for Garnacho, and that's why he got hooked at halftime. It was well deserved. But other than that, I'm glad to see Palmer play a full 90 minutes. Enzo and Caicedo in the pivot. You know, Enzo, the defensive work still leaves a bit to be desired. He's trying. It's not convincing, but what he's providing on the other end of the pitch, man, we'll get to it because it's life saving right now. It's life saving. And this backup, Badishio, Chalaba, not the ideal pairing. But obviously, we get Fofana on and changes the game. Hato, Hato is an interesting one because I'm not really sure. Like, I think before Gittins goes off, he does get up the pitch a bit and kind of in those cucurella positions. But then eventually it seems like he's kind of more tucking into the back three, which makes sense because Gusto is going to be the one who's going to get forward, or Gusto was tucking into midfield while Enzo gets forward. But that left Garnacho kind of on an island on that left side because Caicedo's already covering so much ground here. Then Enzo has to try to track back to cover Garnacho. It was a little spooky. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little spooky the way that was set up. But hey, we had all the possession. I think we had 80% possession in that first half. I mean, it ends up being only down to 70, but we were dominating the ball and doing absolutely nothing with it. It was hard to watch. It was honestly really hard to watch. And West Ham, first, I mean, they had a couple chances here and there. They had some new signings like this Castellanos guy. He had some energy to him. This Pablo guy was getting involved too. I mean, West Ham, they're a little better. I mean, first half of the season they were absolutely dreadful, but this game I'm seeing why they were on a little win streak. But Bowen picks it up on the right side. I think it was a pass from wan-bissaka, who of course cooked Garnacho. Bowen tries to cross it in. It's just a dangerous ball in general, and no one really like reacts to it. It's kind of to be fair, it's a tough thing for Sanchez to react to because Castellanos is running across him trying to make a play on the ball. So if he gets a touch to it, that puts him completely out of position if he reacts to the ball. So it's tough. The center back really should be the one dealing with that. But it was a good dangerous ball. So that one sneaks in at the far post, 1-0 West Ham, and it starts looking spooky. I'm not gonna lie, because it didn't even look like we were gonna get back into it. The all the possession was just leading to nothing really, and eventually down the right side again, wan-bissaka again, cooking garnacho. He just doing what he wants. He basically running that entire right flank, cuts the ball back across the net, and that was the play where garnacho should have been tracking, and he was just kind of in no man's land. Cuts it back, and then Summerville with a good finish because the ball was bouncing. It was a good finish. Sanchez tries to get a hand to it, but not strong enough. So I got to give it to him for that one. But at that point, I was like, bruh, Chelsea, at least just see out the first half. See if he can make some changes. See if Rosenior can work up some magic. Because right now, it's looking spooky. It's looking spooky. We were just having the ball just to have the ball. And West Ham was like, fine, have the ball. You're not doing anything with it. But halftime, this might sound familiar from my reaction to the Napoli game. Rosenior makes changes. I'm glad he's not sacrificing this game because we're gonna go play Arsenal on Tuesday. Man, I don't care about the Carabao Cup, man. I mean, it would be great to win it, of course, but if we're talking about the Carabao Cup or securing these 3 points against West Ham and a tight top 4, top 5 race, bring on our key players. Let's make an impact now. The Arsenal game, we'll worry about the Arsenal game when we get there. That's later. Right now, he brings on Fofana. He brings on Cucurella. He brings on Joao Pedro, who is in form right now. And Joao Pedro seems like a streaky player so far from what we've seen of him. So let's make use of that while he's hot. And, of course, Joao Pedro ends up on the score sheet with an assist from Wesley Fofana. That's impact off the bench. That's management. That's tactics. Liam Senior, I give it up to you. I give it up to you.
Yeah, baby.
Fofana goes marauding with the ball, plays the ball on. First of all, he's running. So this is the cross while he's running at pace. I got to give it to him in a kind of the right half space. Plays the ball to the back post. Joao Pedro gets up there. It's not an easy header at all. At all. It was showing that he has that aerial part of his game, which he showed kind of earlier in the season, which is crazy because the lap played the whole game. The lap's aerial presence, for his build and his type, you would think it would be better, but honestly, it's not. But Joao Pedro secures it 2-1, and all of a sudden, the pressure's on. Chelsea's starting to cook. The game continues. This one, first of all, Cucurella, you got to give it to him. This guy is willing to do whatever it takes to win, and that's why you love to have him on your team and why you hate to play against him. And that manifested himself at the end of the game. But this time, Pedro Neto on the left side crosses it back across. And to be fair, Pedro Neto, I was saying before this, I was like, Pedro Neto hasn't put in a good cross in a while. He puts in a good cross to the back post. Gusto heads it back across the box. I think it goes to the lap. We had a defender on him, and I'm not sure exactly who the defender was. I think it was Mavropanos who was on him. Kind of heads it back off of the lap, which then it hits the bar and falls into the path of Cucurella, who hits a diving header into the back of the net, basically on the ground, 2-2, and all of a sudden, Stamford Bridge comes alive. The energy in there, you could feel it. This is our game to go and win. West Ham never looked like they were interested in going to get the third goal. I mean, they had a chance here or there, but the momentum was with us. And I'm sure, the momentum charts show that. But I didn't mean to click that. But we continue. We keep fighting. West Ham makes some changes. They're looking to get the third goal, maybe. Traore, sign of things to come. We bring on Reece James, sure things up, but also to provide a little bit more of attacking quality. And eventually, we get in 90th minute. This is our opportunity. The game's almost over. Enzo Fernandez, he's turning. I mean, he's been this for a while now, but that box crashing number 8, that's his specialty. Joao Pedro gets played in through the lines into the box. He squares it. Fernandez punches it into the back of the net, and it was pure pandemonium.
Yeah, baby.
Absolute cinema. Wow, I couldn't believe it because honestly, for a lot of that game, it looked like we were cooked. But that second half, Chelsea really is a tale of two halves, man. We never looked the same in back-to-back halves. And honestly, that's still a problem, and we have problems. This is a glowing match review, but in reality, there are a lot of things still to worry about with this performance. But you're gonna take that. You're absolutely gonna take that. Enzo gets the yellow card for taking his shirt off. We don't care. That's worth it. And eventually, now let's talk about the UFC because Traore has the ball down the right wing, nearing the corner flag. Cucurella is basically crawling on the ground, trying to keep him from putting a cross in. That's what I'm talking about. Cucurella, man, this guy does not care. You do whatever it takes. He low-key might have touched the ball, and Traore lost his head. He absolutely ragdolls Cucurella, throws him so easily to the ground. And Joao Pedro then gets in his face, shoves Traore. Traore does not budge. And in that moment, ladies and gentlemen, if you shove someone, first of all, you shouldn't be shoving people, keep your hands to yourself. But if you shove someone and they don't move, that's your sign to get the hell out of there.
Oh, hell no!
Let's be real. Let's be real. And he found that out the hard way. Eventually, Todibo comes in to back up Traore, who did not need backup. He puts his hands on Joao Pedro's neck. Hey, see you later, buddy. That's a red card. I think Rob Sanchez comes in then to try to get in between them. I think it was Mavropanos or someone went and slapped Cole Palmer. Just slapped him. I mean, we saw that on the replay. He's lucky he didn't get a card for that. It was a soft slap. Let's be real. It was slap. Cole ate that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But he slapped Cole Palmer. It was going all over the place. I mean, we were shoving too. To be fair, it turned into pandemonium. They lost their heads, and I would lose my head too. Conceding 3 goals in the second half and losing the game like that, that's tough. That's tough. But Chelsea, they showed a lot of fight today. That's a big win. I said when I went to this run of matches that we had coming up, first of all, a lot of green. A lot of green. This is what I like to see. A lot of green. 5 wins in a row. We take that. Last loss was to Arsenal, who we play next. So we'll see how that goes. But I said when we had these run of matches coming up, Crystal Palace, we needed a win there. We got it. Napoli, I wasn't sure we were going to get that, but we got it. West Ham, I said, this is a must win. We got it. Arsenal, this one, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Wolves, we have to keep it going in the Premier League. Don't let this Arsenal game, whatever happens, derail us. Keep it going. Wolves, Leeds, Burnley, we need to pick up and continue this momentum. And so far, that's what we're doing. Liam Rosenior, well done. Claps to you, applause to you. In-game management, that's what we like to see. I'm not gonna call it a masterclass. That first half, kind of prevents me from doing so. But you are producing cinema right now. I'm low-key thinking this dude is just tanking first half just to provide excitement in the second half because, hey man, this is how you get the fans on your side. This is how you get Stamford Bridge on your side. This is how you get momentum going and excitement around Chelsea again. And that's what we're doing right now. So shout out Liam Rosenior. Shout out Joao Pedro, who's on form. Enzo Fernandez, just a GA monster right now. Cucurella, of course, as always, getting in there. Palmer played a full 90. Wasn't his best game ever, but he was solid. I thought Caicedo started a little slowly, but he picked it up as the game went on. I mean, hey, we take it. We take it. Certain thing, Garnacho, Garnacho. Hey, man. Hopefully, I don't know what's going on with Esteval and his family. Hope things are well, and hopefully he can come back soon. But, hey, Arsenal on the way. We'll see you for that game. Like, subscribe, all the good algorithm stuff would be much appreciated. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.